Squid Game 3, the final season, dropped on Friday. I binged it, collected my thoughts. Now I'm here to talk about it, and this isn't going to be a full spoiler breakdown, but I will be talking spoilers. There's your warning. So, did Squid Game go out on a big bang, or just kind of fizzle out? Well, With Season 2, my biggest issue was that it only felt like half a season. It left on a cliffhanger, which normally is fine, but I mean, nothing was wrapped up, and it left you in the middle of all the action. Season 3 picks up right where the last one left off, and here's your first spoiler. They just throw Gi-hun back into the game, and the games continue like nothing happened. That's how they decided to wrap up that cliffhanger. Kind of lame. There's a scene where the frontman reveals his identity to Gi-hun, because if you remember in the last season, he kind of put himself in the game, whatever. So he reveals himself, gives Gi-hun an opportunity, like a way to just win the game. Gi-hun can't go through with it. So, I mean, there was a little bit of something different thrown in there. But, yeah, besides that, the games play out exactly like normal. So, kind of disappointing. The cool thing about Season 2 was that they were trying to overthrow the games, and it made you believe more people could make it out alive, especially since you had the team on the outside trying to track down the island and shut it all down. Well, since the games go back to normal, they're played, and everybody except one person dies, and that's the baby. Yeah, the baby. More on that in a minute, but Junho does eventually find the island, and he arrives too late because the frontman has already had everybody evacuated. So I guess the bad guys win, and everyone who was a survivor that wasn't involved in the games just kind of moves on, I guess. But yeah, Junhee has the baby in the middle of the first game this season, so that did add some twists into the games. I thought some of it was kind of interesting, but to me, it just felt like the writers included it because they were thinking, hey, we need something new. How are we going to spice it up? And their answer was a baby, which Gi-hun sacrifices himself for, assuming that these evil people are going to take care of it, which, I mean, I guess they did. But the real question is, who was changing this baby? I don't think it was ever changed because it was wrapped in this jacket, the same jacket, for days. 4 days. So, yeah. The new games introduced this season are Hide and Seek, Jump Rope, and Sky Squid Game, which is literally just standing on a platform and pushing at least one person off. The games were okay. There was the usual Squid Game drama, tough decisions being made, people dying, including characters you come to love, and some that you hate. All of it was fine, and I did think the jump rope was pretty cool, but for me, there weren't really any standout moments like there were in other seasons. Also, I don't have much to say about this, but the subplot with the guard who was helping the player escape, I did not care for that subplot, like, at all, really. I mean, it was done well. I mean, most of this show is done pretty well, but there was just so much of it, and almost none of it was of any real consequence. I mean, the only thing was the player escaped, and then Junho runs into him on the boat, and then he gets led to the island, but I don't know, I didn't really care for it. There's plenty of scenes that go on way longer than they should, or things that are over-explained repeatedly. There's weird, kind of corny moments, like with the VIPs, and almost all of these little issues are in the first 2 seasons, but in this season, they really stood out for me because, I mean, this one wasn't pulling me in as much as the other seasons. For the first 2 seasons, I was hooked. I couldn't even look away from my TV for like a second. I just wanted to go through it, binge it. I was into it. And here, there's good moments for sure, but I never had that feeling like at any point. Despite all my issues and disappointments, it is a very well-made show and some good TV. But when compared to the greatness of the first 2 seasons and having to deliver on what Season 2 set up, it wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. This might be the end of this show, but it isn't the end of Squid Game. At the end of the show, we see the frontman. He's in the US. He sees a woman in an alley playing Dokji with a man, and, you know, assuming that's a recruiter. And the woman turns around, and it's Cate Blanchett, which, huge shock to me. I mean, if you know film and stuff, Cate Blanchett, like, it's kind of crazy. But, yeah, they have already announced there's going to be a Squid Game America or Squid Game US, so, made by David Fincher, by the way, which, that's also kind of crazy. So, I guess this is a teaser for that, or maybe it has nothing to do with that upcoming show, and it's just showing that this is really all across the world. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see if that plays into the new show, and I'm just interested in the new show, for the new show in general. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And last thing, I said this about season 2 in a short that I made, and it aged horribly, but is anybody even watching this? Because I have seen nothing anywhere about Squid Game 3, and I know it just came out. Maybe people still need to find it, because it doesn't seem like Netflix really even marketed this season as well as it did the others, but I will be curious to see the viewership numbers on this one. So what did you think of the Squid Game finale? Did you think it was great? Were you also kind of disappointed? Let me know. And please subscribe. I talk about things like movies, TV, video games, and more. Or go check out some of my other videos and shorts. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.